homies. I have figured it out. I got the cheat code. I've got it locked in. And what a day to do it. The day I'm leaving town for the last session I have before I leave town for a week. I am both impatient and eager to get back in. But it's also very redeeming and very, very good to know that this is the next step that I needed to get back into the gym. I've been so curious for so long why the pain in my left knee and my quad tendon was so on and off, not for very long periods of time, getting shorter every time I rehab it, but then still recurring, And it is so different because I'm telling you, you are going to do 1,000 lifts. You will do 1,000 lifts before you hit that perfect one golden set. It does not have to be any heavier than just the bar, but it's just that one to really show you that is exactly what you need to recover. That is exactly the way of change that you needed to follow in order to realign what you previously thought was correct or was actually helping, when I don't think I knew as much as I thought. Now, I do believe I developed a small tear or just something in my left quad tendon however many months ago. I think it's been about 10 months now, 9-10 months. And it didn't really make a lot of sense because I didn't feel pain while lifting. I woke up the next day with pain. And it wasn't like shooting like I tore something pain per se. Like, even if it was just minor, it was more so just like pretty mild to heavy discomfort, not being able to have just very little strength in my quad tendon. And, for a while I'm like, is it tendonitis? Am I just going too heavy? Even though I feel like I'm going lighter and lighter every time I redo this kind of cycle and try to fix what I've lacked in the first place. And today I do one solid walkout. And I think to myself, shit, I have been lying to myself for a long time. Now, don't get me wrong. I have said this in the past. My one leg and one arm are longer than the other. I know that for a fact, but it's not a big difference. It's very, very small and should not be significant, And when I would look at my feet position on some of these squats, it was just so, like, my right foot would be so much further in front of the rest of my body. And, of course I could look at that and immediately be like, okay, well, that's probably causing some form of discomfort in my left knee. But I had lifted for so many years like this that it didn't really occur to me that it was the long-term issue. And let me tell you something. It's so funny how long you can lift, how passionate you can be, how knowledgeable and filled with experience you can be, yet still not fully understand what your body's feeling until so much time and experience has passed, The only thing I changed, because when I did the barbell, I noticed that it was off. I think with 135 as well. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what I can do to make my right foot go slightly further back. So all I changed was I emphasized taking, like, I do one step back with my right foot, one step back with my left, and then I align with my right foot again. I did not realize, you guys see me when I do my little shimmy, my little bounces with the bar. That's fine. But my left leg always moved, or no, not my left leg. My right leg would always swivel way more. I had a lot more leniency with my right foot just naturally, and it would allow it to shimmy forward instead of realigning sideways, to have that perfect horizontal stance. And sure, my stance is never going to be perfectly aligned horizontally, especially because one's longer than the other, but it doesn't have to be a huge difference. And man, I just planted that left foot, didn't let it move. I kept that right foot stationary when I was shimmying. Oh man, absolutely zero pain. And I've been feeling pain. You guys know this. It has been so back and forth. And I always, when you can't really tell exactly what's going on, you're going to try everything on this face of the earth. And that is good. That is a good thing. You have to try everything in order to get that peak experience and know exactly what you can do in the long run. But shit, if you told me that it was something as simple as just changing my footing to put a little bit less stress on my left so that in the long run it can actually recover again, because this is why it keeps coming back, especially when it has one big, when I did the heavy clean jerk, that was a big tweak. That was a big, damn, went way too heavy, we'll realign, we'll recover. And I got to the point where I wasn't feeling pain again. And I'm like, great, we should be fine. Yet every time I come in, only on my squats, mind you, only on my squats I come in and there's pain again. And then it builds back up and it makes me have to go lighter for another set of weeks. And I've talked about it, how I didn't understand why it was just my back squat that was hurting, but every other lift is either fully dependent on, like the overhead squat, I do a push jerk. So the moment my feet touch the ground and lock in position, that's where I'm squatting. It naturally goes where it needs to for the best possible position. On front squat, I could have the same issue, but I think the alignment's better, because I've told you guys, there's no pain on the front squat right now. I think the alignment's better naturally because it's such more of a core dominant lift than using more low back on the back squat. So I have to get in a proper position to hold it as vertically and strong as I can on my delts. And then every Olympic lift, same thing with this overhead squat, all of it's a fast, explosive lockout right exactly where my body believes it will be best suited. There is no thought of doing a walkout. You just land where your body knows it needs to be to fully balance it out. And as long as you have a balanced pull when it comes to both arms going at the same rate, then you're going to land exactly where you're supposed to. So on the back squat, it was just so lenient to where I could just kind of fuck around and take a couple steps, move around how I want, not think about it, and just mess around. It makes so much more sense why that it's been so recurring only when I do back squats. Because I came in and did 275 the other day, last week, and it made the pain come back. And I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I can pause slow tempo front squat 275, but I can't normal squat 275. It doesn't make sense. Man, it feels good. Because I'll tell you right now why I know that this is the next step, other than there being absolutely zero pain with such a massive lift I destroyed today. And mind you, I am doing only 90 degrees today because I wanted to make sure I didn't do too much pressure on my knees, doing the full bounce out of the hole, just for the sake of my recovery overall. But dude, I took a little break in between. What was it? I believe at 4:05. That's what it was. At 4:05, I'd been having good sets, like 3:15 through 3:95. Great. 4:05, I got a little lax. I didn't get the walkout the way I wanted to, and I noticed right away, because now that I've got that one golden rep that has been showing me the new way to do this better, the moment I let my right foot shimmy out of position, I knew that it wasn't where it's supposed to be. My body is instantly picking up on that inefficiency now, which is the peak, the golden experience of overcoming an imbalance, to say the least. Because I did 4:05 and I felt a little strain, nothing crazy, because I had been doing good the whole day, and it probably wasn't as bad as I'm typically used to doing, but it just a slight bit off. Immediately put that pressure back on my left, and I'm like, all right, gonna really lock it in now. And every set after that, no pain at all. And I'm going into 90 degrees at a deficit for what I'm used to, because my typical positioning is ass to grass. And now we're here. We are, oh my God, 455? Are you kidding me? Now, don't get me wrong. 455 for a single is not my peak. I know that for a fact. Especially, I haven't been on a normal training cycle in a minute with all this recovery. I am not prepped at all when it comes to my volume, and nothing's really been efficient since I've been having these issues, and I'm about to leave town for a week after today. But damn, I'll tell you, it feels good. And I can, even on the bench, Because I haven't gone heavy in weeks with squat, my core definitely blew out pretty hard. I lost a lot of strength on that squat. So doing a bench with no core, it's hard as hell. Just at the minimum, it will fuck you up. But even though I'm not prepped and even though I'm not on the schedule, I still got up to 355. Did not hit it, but I've hit 355 before. But even though I missed this one comparatively, I still felt better doing this rep today because my technique, my timing, my drive is all getting better. And with my core destroyed, I got to focus on it twice as much as I typically do and tried to get a better starting position before getting under the bench. Shit. It's there, man. I'm not going to even tell you what shoulda, coulda, woulda happened. I'm going to tell you what is going to happen. Because when I get back from being out of town, whatever I end up doing while I'm on the cruise or whatever, if I get to keep up or not, I'm going to do some sort of deload week when I get back or just getting back into it. And I guarantee you, that first cycle on, I'm going to destroy. I'm going to obliterate it. And I'm going to be peaking every fucking month. Because I could sit here and tell you that 455 would have been easier and 355, even 365 would have gone if I hadn't squatted first or if I had had more bench practice. But the fact that with no solid training, off program, off my peak, my prime, I'm still killing this type of weight, you know? It takes a lot to do those back to back, and it's been a while since I've been this confident in my own efforts. And I'm telling you, the passion reignites real fucking fast when that pain goes away, when you finally get that one good rep you needed to get out of that funk. Physically, I have to give it a 9.6. It felt ecstatic. Again, the only thing that would have made today better is if it was off of a normal training cycle and I would have been better prepped for it. That's it. Everything still felt fully locked in, and the 455 moved beautifully. Mentally, 9.7 for sure. Not crazy higher, but it's right above there. It's just such a good feeling to get back into it. Feel like I have that control and that confidence back in something that is so random and so scary yet exciting to deal with when it comes to your physical body and what its needs are, you know? But with all the work I've been doing and all the lack of sleep because of the 12-hour shifts, I'm on my third 12-hour shift tonight, and then I'm going to go drive for 8 hours to go out of town for a week. All the moving around, trying to get Christmas taken care of. Just the holidays can be stressful, but you can always make a positive out of it. I don't care what weight you put up. I don't care what passions you get into. Do something that gets your brain moving. Do something that makes you realize the faults in what you've been working on for so long that you truly care about, even if statistically it isn't where you have been or want to be. Give yourself enough effort to where you know that you absolutely deserve everything that's come to you. Because that's the way to fucking live. Deserving and knowing you deserve every good and bad thing that you go through, because that's going to make you the best kind of person you can be. Whew! Anyway, I have work very, very soon and a girlfriend who has been missing me, and I've been missing them. So I got to go. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out. It means a lot having you guys around for my journeys of recovering back and forth. I know it's beating a dead horse, but every time I go through it, I say it every time, it makes me better, and it makes me realize what I can do to the maximum, most amount of efficiency. I will not be back tomorrow or the day after. I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and if there's a gym, you might see me, but I kind of doubt it. So prepare for a week away. Either way, as always, I will be back, 100%. I will always be back, and I will always be doing this with 100% of my heart. And I love you guys. Let me know how your lives and lives have been going. I love hearing about it. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.